Commencing Autopsy 3. Time, 2104. 27-year-old female infected with unknown pathogen. Blood analysis indicates virus. Provisional name is PAX-12. Deceased had traveled in China before returning home 2 weeks ago. That must have been pre-quarantine. Unknown if had contact with livestock, but I can definitely see evidence of insect bites.
Welcome to Plague Inc. There's several different varieties of this game out there, and I don't know which one you have or will get a hold of, but I'm just going to call it Plague Inc. I have played this before. I am going to play the main game, and I'm just going to play one round. I'm going to try to kill the world using bacteria. And I'm not going to use any of this because when you start you won't have any of that, and I'm not sure if I even can because this is not what I'm usually play. I'm going to play it on normal. My last one was called Cookie Hunger, so I think I will call this one I'm not going to use my nom de plume, HLessJon, because that would be a little creepy that my name would be used to kill the entire earth. So I think I'm going to call it something like Finger 7. Something totally nonsensical. Alright, welcome to Plague Inc. You are a new bacteria. To win, you must evolve and spread across the world, wiping out all humans in the ultimate plague. Select a country to begin your plague. When you click on it, you can see more information. Pop the start bubble to confirm or click another country instead. So, we have these different countries, and if you'll click around and look at them, you'll see the population. You'll see some of the effects here, like this is a rural country. It has humid, and it's a hot country. Now, these will have different effects on, you'll see throughout the game, I'll point them out, on how effective your virus, bacteria, variety of different things are on affecting the population of that country. Now these other things, airports, ports, and land borders, these are means of communicating your disease to other locations. So this has 3 different ones. Let's go over here to my nemesis. New Guinea? No, it's New Zealand is my nemesis. Yes, I've lost several games because of New Zealand. Now they're a airport, port, and they actually have a land borders open. So here, rich country again will affect it, and urban country again will affect how you approach to spread. Now I'm actually going to use Greenland. Yeah, what? Because Greenland has cold country, which will make my virus start out, my bacteria start out, I think it's a bacteria, with a little immunity to cold, which will help later, although I'll have to compensate by making it more warm friendly, because, a lot of the planet is warm. And it has open borders and ports, but no airports. So I'm going to choose Greenland. And the reason I do that is because I like to spread through water effectively anyway, and Greenland is one of those places that will kill you off before you destroy the planet, because it's very hard to get to because of that. So I like to start here. There's 2 or 3 countries that I find are very hard to get to. Some of the Caribbean countries, New Zealand, and Greenland, and not Iceland, because Iceland's got a port and an airport. Those are the 3 areas that I usually have some problem with. Finger 7 has infected its first human. Weak, but used to cold temperatures. It must evolve using DNA points to infect more people. So, these pop up. You pop them, and it will give you disease points. So I am going to go super fast. Save up some disease points. Okay, one of the super annoying things I find about this game, because I'm used to pushing the space bar for pause. Well, this automatically pauses when things pop up. When things pop up, I automatically push the space bar, and that automatically unpauses it. So if you're a space bar presser like me, you're going to have that problem. All right, so this pops up, pop up, orange DNA bubbles to get new points. I'm just going to save up points. These news bulletins pop up, and this can affect how you approach the game sometimes. And there is a new social network on the scene for people without friends, Blank Book Plus. It's expected to attract billions of people within days. You don't know if that's going to help or not. Sometimes it'll be like international kissing contests, which is definitely one of the ways you want to be able to spread if you want to use that as that prospect. Finger 7 begins to spread. Finger 7 is spreading from person to person in Greenland and will grow exponentially. You control the plague indirectly by evolving it. Again, waiting for the points to save up. Pop. I'll probably wait for one more pop up somewhere. Alright, now I'm going to pause it, and I'm going to go in here to the disease screen. Finger 7. Dun dun dun. It is a bacteria. It tells you all the aspects that you need to know. Greenland, difficulty normal. Alright. So, we have the overview. It shows you these different aspects, which will change over time. Transmission. How your disease spreads. Now what I like to do is I like to mess with this a lot and not so much this, because as soon as your disease starts, or in this case bacteria, starts to show symptoms, there's a chance that a doctor will discover it and then write it down, and then shortly thereafter they will try to cure this disease, and so you will lose the game quickly if you get a whole bunch of symptoms right away. What I like to do, and what I'm going to try to do, is get the entire planet as much infected as I possibly can before I use any of these. We'll randomly evolve things in here, and you can come in here, you can pause the game, come in here, and de-evolve your bacteria. So it's a little unrealistic in that aspect, I think. Not only does it de-evolve, but it doesn't cost you any points, and it actually gives you points back. So you end up making a little bit of a DNA, RNA money off of it. Now here's these abilities. This is like for protections against cold. This is evolved heat resistance. This evolved bacterial resistance. Bacterial to protect against all climates. That's kind of an expensive way to doing these pretty much at the same time. This is heat, this is cold, and this is everything. One of the aspects I want to point out is this right here. This is something that when I first started playing I kind of ignored. The evolved drug resistance. Pathogen becomes resistant to class 1 and 2 antibiotics, increasing effectiveness in wealthy countries. Yeah, but you have to develop this strain because later on you give it characteristics that are very much inducive to making it harder to research and cure. So towards the end game, when towards the end game, they will be researching your science, your disease, trying to cure it, and you can kill almost everybody on the planet, but still lose because you don't have any points of making it difficult. Because if you don't put anything points right in here, they're gonna find the cure for it. You have to have it at least a little bit in this, making it tough, in my personal experience. So we'll get that later. So right now, since I've got 23 points, I'm going to evolve this. And this is what I was talking about. Becomes harder to analyze in the lab, decreasing future research speed. This makes it also better to spread in rich countries. And then I'm going to go back here to transmission. And because we use only water transportation in Iceland, I'm going to do that. And I will have 3 points left. Come back in here, and I will unpause. You have successfully evolved Finger 7. You have spent DNA points to evolve your disease, and more options have opened. Get more points by popping DNA and biohazard bubbles and infecting people, which I intend to do. Alright, so you just keep popping these, you'll get more points. When it begins to spread, you'll get a whole bunch more points. To find out more about a country, click the country name at the bottom of the screen to open the country menu. Okay, well, let's actually do that since I'm just showing you the game. Let's go to South Africa. Double click it, it'll open this. And this is a much more detailed version of the game. It says that it's a hot country, it's an arid country, which has different effects on different diseases. And this is a little quick country information facts. Cute little picture of what it's supposed to look like. Tells you how many people are healthy, infected, or dead. Of course, at the point, there's nothing. It talks about the government and these things, which we don't have any interest in at this time. There's your graph screen, which is cool, but I've never really used just because I never drill down that much. So go back to the world screen, and this is where you can choose any of the countries, and eventually it will show you the list of countries that are not infected versus are infected. And towards the end game, you'll be able to see the 3 or 4 countries that are problem countries, and you'll just have to develop a strategy for those countries, because they're going to be difficult countries to get to. Then no matter what game you play, there are going to be some that are hard to get to. And there's your disease screen. So we're going to get out of this and unpause. 7-finger infection hundreds. 7-finger has infected hundreds in Greenland, increasing the chance that an infected person will infect a healthy person. Keep evolving your disease. I think I need 21 more points, but if not, I'm going to wait. See, there was a red ship. That red ship took water supply from Greenland and infected Russia, which is awesome. That'll give us a lot more spreading and a lot more DNA points. See, there's another boat going to Russia. Now, Russia's cool because not only that they have boats, but they have airplanes. So I've got 20, which I think 16 is fine. So I'm going to make it much more dangerous because it spreads, especially in human environments and ships. So that's going to be an increase in the amount of spreading. You don't have to pause for every event. Finger 7 has infected thousands in Greenland. People are being infected faster and faster. Finger 7 has mutated, developed the anemia symptom without using DNA points. Okay, I'm going to go in here, going to go to symptoms, and I'm going to de-evolve, and I get a refund. Now some of these disease types, I think for instance, I don't remember, they actually cost money to de-evolve. These you get a refund from. So alright, back down there. Now, some of those symptoms are not necessarily going to get you in trouble. And some of those symptoms are actually going to help spread the disease as well. So, it's a balancing act. This is just the way I like to do it. New fall in urban population density. Research indicates that population density in urban environments has fallen, making them less vulnerable to diseases, which on the flip side makes the population in the rural areas more vulnerable. So I'm happy with that. Hint, yes, thank you. Pop red infection bubbles to get more DNA points. So that's another country, and that's another country. So every time you get a country, a new country, you get those bubbles. Finger 7 is infecting more countries. Control where it goes by evolving transmission traits in the disease menu. Yes, thank you. country. All these land-based countries. Alright, I'm going to pause again. Going to go in here. And, well, let's go to transmission. And gives pathogens an ability to travel on dust particles. Increase infectivity, especially in arid environments, and plane transmission. That's a good one to get. And let me see. Daily infections. Abilities. Let's give it a little bit of protection versus heat. Hot temperature and climates. That way it'll be more prone to attack the equatorial countries, which is where I usually end up having problems because, you know, if I start out in the cold, it's not that well adapted to the heat. Three more countries. More infectious than TB. Finger 7 has infected more people in the world than TB. It is a very infectious disease. But notice where it is. It's all in the northern areas. It hasn't gotten past the equator really yet, although it just got into Saudi Arabia, so there's a indication that it can live in hot areas. More infectious than HIV. Finger 7 has infected more people in the world than HIV. It's an extremely infectious disease. Just not having any luck in Africa or South America as of yet, but that will change, I am sure. Alright, let's go in here again. Transmission. And I'm going to create Air 2. Ability to survive suspended in air for a long time. Increases infectivity, especially in arid plant environments and plane transmission. And then I will get this next. Humid and arid climates and plane ship transmission, because this is like the ultimate spreading as far as I know. Or I might also look to this one because this works really well in hot climates, which is where I have a lot of problems. So we'll see. As you can tell, it paid off immediately. Good. My first South American country. But some of these countries like this, all it has is land borders. So it's difficult for the disease to spread into those countries, even if it is capable. Plane to South Africa, Central America. So the hot countries are getting infected, so I don't think I have to worry about that. Anemia symptoms mutated. So I am, again, going to go in here and downgrade that. Devolve. Yes, because I am not interested in being discovered yet. Got 28 points. This will slightly increase it, its ability to resist. I think that will be enough to get it in all climates, especially the heat climates, because this will balance off it being a cold base. I can get this still. I do need to get that as well. But this is 20 straight up, and this is the ultimate spreading factor. So I'll do those two, and then we'll come back to here. Aha. Good.
Flight 291 is now boarding. All passengers please proceed to gate 4.
the heck? Huge earthquake in New Zealand. Billions of dollars damage caused in New Zealand. The World Health Organization expected it will take years to repair the damage caused to thousands of businesses, homes, and research facilities. So my hated enemy, New Zealand, which is very good at researching against diseases, has been set back a little bit. I am happy with that. All right, we've got 16. So let's look at rural regions and mutations. Infection carries, especially in hot climates, and chance of mutation. Increased infected, especially in urban regions, and mutation. Avian increase in effectivity, land transmission, and mutation. So I think this may be the other one we want because of the land transmission effect. It is somewhat expensive at 17, so we'll have to wait a second. And I don't know if I want to spend it. Let's go in here and go look at the world. And Morocco, Algeria, Central Africa, Angola, Botswana, and New Guinea. And these are the only places that are not infected. So I'm doing pretty good. I just always have problems with these really hot, humid places. But I think I'm going to save my science and wait. Mystery will turn the decision to postpone the London Olympics. Organizers promise it will happen soon, but no reason has been given for the change. I think it might have something to do with Finger 7. I think that's the implied message there. Now, there's 3 more countries that were not infected. More infectious than the common cold. Finger 7 has infected more people in the world than the common cold. It is the ultimate infectious disease. All right, I think that was my last country. Morocco. No. Dreaded Morocco. Okay. Morocco. All it is land-based. I am just going to leave it there and hope it gets infected. But I am going to come in here and I am going to spend some research to make it harder to fight. Come on, Morocco. As soon as these countries next to it get highly infected, Morocco will join us. Yes. Okay. And does not reproduce in lab conditions, decrease future research speed. Pathogens in DNA standard reassembled. More work needed to develop a cure. So this makes it harder. And a new strain now exists, increasing the work needed to develop a cure. Now I think this is only... Alright, so I don't know how these work. I think this increases the overall research needed, but I don't know if it increases, like, you've got 100 points you need to spend, and by buying it 1, now you need to spend 110 points. By buying 2, now you need to spend 120 points. Or does it say if you have 100 points, but you've already developed 10 points of research, by buying 1, it makes those 10 points go away, and now you need 100 again? Or what? So I'm just going to go with this. Receive ineffectual health. Well, I'm fine with that. My wealthy nations are already infected. So back to this. Spread, my lovely, spread. Watch as it reaches the critical value and then explodes. Again, hard time with these countries. All the countries are infected, but some of them it's not spreading very well in. Mutated anemia symptoms. Let's go look at the anemia. Bone. Decrease in red blood cells for hemoglobin on the blood can lead to hypoxia. No, I'm not at all interested in that. However, I could... This skin becomes blistered and painful, slightly increases in infectivity. That might be something. Especially in high-density urban areas. Slightly chance of kissing. And less so let's spin 3 DNA on this rash. And the hopes that the rash will help it spread in some of these countries where it's not very well known. Here goes to Morocco. It is picking up speed, so that did actually help quite a bit, apparently. It hits the critical amount, and then boom. Severe storms strike heavily populated Norway. WHO analysts warn of crop and property damage. That's nice. Meanwhile, I'm killing you all as fast as I possibly can. Finger 7 is infected in most of the world. In order to kill people, you must evolve lethal advanced symptoms using DNA points. They will do that as soon as you all are sick. Sick. Angola. Rumors are spreading of a mysterious illness which is sweeping through Greenland. However, doctors find no evidence of ill health. Mwah. Angola, you're the last one. The last holdout. Breaking over. Destroying. Mysterious plague is real. Greenland urged government of mysterious plague in their country despite doctors not finding evidence of ill health. Well, developed the insomnia symptom without using DNA points. Let's go look at that. I will keep that because we're almost maxed out, and that's a good strain to go down because it makes it difficult for researchers to research. So, a doctor in Southeast Asia found a new disease which has been named Finger 7. It appears to be mostly harmless, but must be investigated further. Other countries are also reporting this disease. So this is the point where we go. Irritate, irrational delusion, and mental symptoms. Victims' distrust of others makes them unlikely to seek treatment or cooperate with others. Inflammation obstructs bodily processes. Swellings can obstruct breathing and can be fatal. Boom. Pathogen destroys motor neurons to cause paralysis. Significantly harder to cure and can be lethal. Alright, so I'm going to leave that there for a little while, and I'm going to come back and spend some more points when Angola is completely infected. First death, yay, it's been confirmed in Morocco. Bad luck or the beginning of something terrible. Something terrible. South Africa shuts down airports. Finger 7 by limiting access into and out of the country. Time will tell if this will work. It won't. There are 2 ways to fight development of the cure. Evolve aggressive symptoms to destroy countries, more noticeable, or evolve cure resistance, less noticeable. Those were those 2 aspects I was talking about here. These 2. Finger 7 placed on the watch list. And been placed on the WHO watch list. Already dangerous. Governments are warned that it could become unstoppable. So, hurry up and get everybody infected. Italy has started to send research teams to infectious countries, hoping to speed up development of a cure for Finger 7. Pop blue bubbles to destroy the research. Blue cure bubbles appear within a research team from Italy. Finds something. Pop them to destroy the research and stop the curing speed up. Which is kind of a silly because it's sort of not very hard to do. And I mean, this is like 3 times speed. Finland is first to instruct doctors to begin research into a cure for Finger 7. Without greater funding, it's expected to take a long time. Well, yeah. New Zealand begins to break down. Normal life in New Zealand has begun to break down due to Finger 7. Cure research is starting to slow. Yep, that's because you're all doomed. Alright, so that was like the last person on Earth to be infected nearly. So I'm going to come into here. Your neuropathic effects in the brain stem cause loss of consciousness and sometimes death. Significantly harder to cure. Booyah. Random blackouts and fits reduce the patient's ability to function independently. Can be fatal. That's 9. Can be fatal. That's 7. Rich regions particularly vulnerable. 34. Can't afford that one. So let's get this one, and got another one over here for 8 points. 11, 25. Nope, no more 8-pointers. All right, now we watch the world die. The last healthy person on Earth instantly became infected with Finger 7. So now it's a race between me killing everyone on the planet and then doing research, and I think they're doomed. Research doctors around the world are completely focused on developing a cure for Finger 7. Shows that Finger 7 has killed 75 million people worldwide, worse than the Black Death. Come on, die everybody. Cure for Finger has reached 25%. Killed more than the Spanish flu. Come on, die. Walking Dead symptom combo. Insomnia and anemia are causing people to walk around gray with tiredness. Scientists working on the cure for Finger 7 are less productive. That's so sad. I really would like to go in here and buy this, but it's 27 points and I just don't have it. Come on, die, world. It really is a balancing act. Sometimes you win, sometimes you don't. 75%. It doesn't look like I'm going to win this one. Man, I did so well. 80%. Made it almost impossible to cure, but yet they're doing it. Killed more than smallpox. 88. Come on. 95%. Yeah, I'm gonna lose. Yeah, there's no way I can get I guess I could de-evolve this, but that wouldn't give me much. 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. That'd be 20. No, I can't do. Yes. I don't really care if it spreads since everybody already has it. And 27. That may have made all the difference. Who knows? Probably not. Wow. That was a good punch. I just need to get people to die faster. People in Poland are extremely paranoid and more likely to be able to take extreme actions to slow Finger 7. 95%. 97. 99, and they're gonna win. Well, really don't see how I could have done any better than that. It just wasn't killing people fast enough. I could have waited till I had a few more points to pass over, but it seemed like I spent too many things in different areas. So there it is. It's a trade-off between time and how much points you have and where you spend them. And there were a couple of things in there I spent my points on that I didn't need to spend my points on necessarily, and they came back to bite me in the badunkadunk. I did manage to kill 731 million people in this simulation. It's a good look at the Plague game. I hope you enjoyed it. I played this game every once in a while. It's quite entertaining, although personally I do find it a little bit repetitive because there are only slight differences between the different levels in how the diseases behave and how you spend your points. But for a casual game, you come back and play every once in a while, it's fun. So this is HLessJon looking at PlagueInc. Hope you've enjoyed the show. Don't forget to thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll see you around.
Commencing Autopsy 3. Time, 21:04.